Guys, and welcome back. For anyone that's new, my name is Megan. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 3-year-old twins. I have a 6-month-old, and I'm really glad you're here. This is part 2 of my Christmas gift idea series. This is 6 to 12 months. This is actually the range my daughter is in. She's 6 months. She'll be about 8 months when Christmas rolls around. So these are ideas from different price ranges that I've gotten for my twins, or that I'm going to get for her or have gotten for her. And I'm just going to give you a handful, 5 or 6, because honestly, you could go on and on with Christmas ideas. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of a range, you know, if your budget's not that high, if you have a little bit of a higher budget, and kind of go from there. So I mentioned this in my 0 to 6 month, and I always tell my friends to register for it for their baby shower, but the skip hop activity table is my absolute favorite. Keep your eyes open for a review video of the skip hop table. It is coming very soon. It is amazing. And my daughter started in it about 5 months when she could like hold her head up and had like some trunk control. She's still using it now, and it converts to a table, and it's fantastic. But if that's not in your budget, I have a few other options for you. The first one is the Bee Toys Activity Cube. It's a little bit pricier. It is $59.99. And this one was from Target. So if you're into like Montessori, wood toys, this is like what you see in like a dentist's office or a doctor's office, but this is great. So the height of it is good, and it has stuff on the side, on each side. So my daughter right now sits either on my lap, or she'll sit in front of me and she can play with the stuff on the side. And then as they get a little older, it's not super high, so they can like pull to stand on it, and it has a bunch of activities on the top. And if you're not into the wood and you'd rather like the plastic, there's VTech has one. You just have to look up like standing activity tables, and there's a ton of them. But I do really like this wooden one. I think it holds up nice. I think it has good activities. I am totally fine with lights and sound. If you saw my 0 to 6 month, I had a light and sound toy. There's a light up like keyboard on the skip hop activity table, but it is nice to just have like something wooden. It's aesthetically pleasing. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and it doesn't feel as like chintzy, but it is a little bit more expensive. You can get another table for like $35 versus the $60 that this one is, but this is a really good option. I actually just brought this out for my 6-month-old and which she might be a little bit young for, which is why it's good for 6 to 12, and my twins started playing with it again. So you can also look on the marketplace. I do see a lot of people selling or activity tables on like Facebook Marketplace and yard sale sites. So this is like a bigger gift, like a more expensive gift. So let's go through some of my other like really I love. So rings. I think every child should have a stack of rings. So this is the Fisher Price rings. You can usually get these at Walmart or Target for like $5. These stack big to little. You can't really stack them the other way because of how it is. It kind of rocks, and they're just plastic rings. And then this year, what I got for my daughter was the Sassy Rings. It's the same concept, it's in the plastic, but each ring is a different texture, and they all can go different. They don't have to be stacked a certain way, and it doesn't wobble. So it's the same idea, it's just a different set. So I really like this one. I got this one on sale on Amazon. It was $6.97, but they're normally like $10. So a little tip, what I do is throughout the year, anything I think my kids might want, I put in my Amazon cart, and then I press save for later. And then like every day I'll surf through my save for later and see if anything's on sale. So this I actually had put in my save for later. Over the weekend, I surfed through and saw it was on sale for $6.97, so I grabbed it. So that's a good way to get stuff cheaper, is to just add it, save it for later, and keep checking the prices. Another really good one for this age range is a pop-up toy. So this one is by Play School, but they have Fisher Price ones, and they're in the range of like $15. I know there's a cute like garden one right now at Target for $15, and just, you know, your classic little pop-up toy. And right now my daughter might not be able to do this, but she loves it, and in the 6 to 12 month is when my twins figured out how to do it on their own. So this is a perfect toy, learning toy, cause and effect toy, everything for 6 to 12 months. The other thing that every 6 to 12 month old should have is stacking cups. and there's a big price range on these too. You can get I think they're Lamaze stacking cups for $5 at Target or Amazon, and they're these colorful plastic ones. You can also use them in the bath. All the way up to like $15 for Mushi. It's a Denmark company, and they have more muted colors, nicer, aesthetically pleasing stacking cups. Either way, I get the $5 ones, and I'm debating between the $15 ones this year, but anyway, I definitely had the $5 ones. My daughter will get a new set. This one's missing cups, and our $5 set is in the sandbox, so my daughter will get a new set of stacking cups this year. That is fantastic for a lot of reasons. She can just play with the cups. She's not quite old enough to stack them, but she will be. We can stack them up for her. She can knock them over. A lot of good reasons to have stacking cups, and it's a really cheap gift. Next is some sort of shape sorter. So our shape sorter is on top of this Fisher-Price activity cube, which is also great. I don't know if they still sell this. I got this a couple years ago, but this has a shape sorter. It has different activities. It's kind of the same idea as this, though a lot smaller, but a shape sorter. So 6 months is too young to be putting the shapes in, but the 6 to 12 months, you have to be thinking about, I try to think about not just what do they want or need right now, but what will they need in the next year or till their birthday, which my daughter won't be 1 until May. So what could she use in that time period? And a shape sorter is good for her to start to learn the shapes, help her manipulate them. And you can get them as cheap as $5 from Target, the Fisher-Price one, little basket, up to like $15 for like a Melissa & Doug wooden one, whatever, but some sort of shape sorter. And then the last item that I popped into 6 to 12 months is to start with puzzles. So puzzles are really good for a lot of different reasons. Your child can start putting them in, matching. There's just a lot of different good stuff. And Melissa & Doug makes these really chunky puzzles. And I have the chunky puzzles without the handles, but I really like these handles. I'll show you the real chunky handles. The age 1 to 2 are good with like the little thinner plastic handles that Melissa & Doug makes for their puzzles. That's better for like 1 to 2, probably closer to 2 before my kids could really like manipulate those. But these are good for like 6 to 12 months. So my daughter now, like right now, just chews on them. But as she gets closer to the 12 months and can sit up, these are nice and big, nice and sturdy. And I think this is about $15. I did see a 2-pack for $23 that had this and a fishbowl on Amazon. And this is one that lasts, where I just took it, removed it from the playroom because the 3-year-olds, it's like too easy for them now. Obviously, it's very easy for them, but this is a great option too. So that is just some ideas for you for toys for 6 to 12 months. Obviously, like I said, you could go on and on for toys for 6 to 12 months. My best advice is to try to think about if your child is on the, I say daughter because my daughter's a baby, but if your child is on the lower end of like 6 months, try to think about what they would use for the next like 6 months to a year, instead of just like, oh, they can't do a puzzle at 6 months. Okay, but 11 months they might. So it's a good option. Again, just like I said in 0 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months is not really old enough to understand that they're getting a ton of toys. So it's a good time to like wrap up stuff they need. So if my daughter was an only child, I may stick with like the rings and like 2 or 3 other things. I got her like a little book. TJ Maxx is a great place to check for books and toys, because sometimes you can catch like good toys for really cheap at TJ Maxx. So if she was my only child, I would probably get her like the rings, the cups. I would probably do like this, the pop-up toy. I may not even do this. And then I may just do like a book. But because I have toddlers who, you know, Santa brings gifts and all that, I want to make sure that my daughter has gifts too, so that they're not like, why does she have one thing? So she needs like a fleece sleep sack. We use the Halo sleep sacks. She needs a fleece one in size medium, so I'm going to get that and wrap it up. She started baby lead weaning, so there's a few things I want to get for that I'm going to put in her stocking or wrap up. You know, just items like that you already are going to need, wrap them up for your baby so that they just have more gifts to open. And especially if you have other kids, they can see they're getting gifts and they probably won't even notice that they got a sleep sack or an outfit or pajamas for Christmas, which is not a bad thing for Christmas to get pajamas. But anyway, I hope this gives you some good ideas for 6 to 12 months. If you guys have any other great ideas for 6 to 12 months, leave them in the comments so everyone can see them. I really tried to give you a range, and like I said, put your stuff in your Amazon cart, click save for later, and then check through the prices, because you might find something, like I said, for $6, and it just helps you get out of Christmas a little cheaper. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned for 1 to 2 year old ideas and 2 to 3.